everyone, my dear viewers and my dear students. I welcome you all in my surgery online class. Last time we have done with the thyroid anatomy and hyperthyroidism. Today topic of discussion is goiter. The diffuse enlargement of the thyroid gland is described as goiter. Now comes to the classification of goiter. The simple goiter is puberty goiter, which occurs during the phase of puberty. Also, the iodine deficiency goiter comes under category of simple goiter. Benign and malignant goiter is a type of neoplastic goiter, and there could be non-toxic and toxic goiter. The toxic goiter examples are Graves' disease and secondary thyrotoxicosis and multinodular goiter. Here I have shared the picture of solitary nodular goiter and diffuse thyroid enlargement, so you will be cleared how to examine and diagnosis during your clinical practice. The type of goiter, especially multinodular goiter, is oftenly asked during the examination. Multinodular goiter is the end stage result of diffuse hyperplastic goiter. Excessive metabolic demands causes excessive enlargement of the thyroid, therefore common in women. Metabolic demands increases during puberty. A goiter appearing during that period is called puberty goiter. Goiter can also develop during the phase of pregnancy, and it is called pregnancy goiter. Both puberty and pregnancy goiter are physiological, and the long-standing goiter may develop into multinodular goiter. There is too much increased level of TSH, and T3, T4 are comparatively normal, and these conditions can be treated by giving tablet thyroxine. Iodine deficiency goiter is due to the insufficient intake of iodine and can be treated by iodized salt. Another reason could be smoking and consuming alcohol, and due to the presence of uterine fibroids. Goitrogens such as cabbage and sulfonamides medications causes goiter by preventing oxidation of iodide to iodine. Let's understand the stages of multinodular goiter. In stage 1, there is diffuse hypertrophy and hyperplasia of thyroid gland. In stage 2, because due to the fluctuation level of TSH during the pregnancy, lactation and menstruation phase, some areas in thyroid are overstimulated and will convert to active follicles. In stage 3, this active follicles ultimately undergoes necrosis, and many such necrosed follicles join to form a nodule. Now learn the clinical features of the multinodular goiter. As long duration of swelling in front of the neck will causes dyspnea due to tracheomalacia, and also the presenting feature will be dysphagia. Gland is nodular, firm in consistency, and both the lobes are enlarged. Hard areas may suggest calcification and soft areas may suggest necrosis. Sudden increase in size with pain is mainly due to hemorrhage in a nodule. Hoarseness with difficulty in breathing is a marked symptom. In complications, there could be calcification in long-standing multinodular goiter that could lead to hypocalcemia, and which will ultimately leads to paresthesia, tetany, cardiac arrhythmias. There could be hypothyroidism and recurrent laryngeal nerve injury, and there could be hemorrhage in one of the nodule that can cause obstruction to the airways. Also, the long-standing multinodular goiter can transform into follicular thyroid carcinoma. Patients are recommended for the investigations like routine blood and urine test and thyroid function test, indirect laryngoscopy. Beside that, other imaging techniques used are MRI, CT scan, X-ray to look for the compression over trachea and calcification in long-standing multinodular goiter. Indirect laryngoscopy is done, isotope scan is done by using tracer dose of radioiodine, and fine needle aspiration test is also done. In management, thyroxine replacement is done along with radioactive iodine is given. If the treatment doesn't work, then subtotal thyroidectomy is done. In this operation, parts of right and left lobes and entire isthmus are removed in flush with tracheal surface, leaving behind a little tissue in the tracheoesophageal groove to protect recurrent laryngeal nerve and parathyroid gland. The gland is removed in case of when gland is putting compressor over trachea or when there is malignancy.